It's recording time. Hello, recorders. I'm reporting to you live from Fan Expo Portland, and I got an amazing treat with you. I am here with one of the most prolific voice actors of all time, ranging from projects from Uncharted, Marvel, DC, and a whole lot of more. I am here with Nolan North. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, Stephen. Thank you so much. Great introduction. Appreciate it. A lot of energy, a lot of passion. Everything you said is true.
Anyway, let's look back on some of your early origins of your career. Is that you were actually trying to make it as a reporter. Like, when you look back at that time, was there any stories that you covered that stand out to you?
Yeah, there's a number of stories. The sad thing is so many of them were just kind of heartbreaking. There was a lot of death and destruction and house fires and murders. It was a little depressing. It was one of the reasons I ended up getting into this career, just moving on to something different, because I could, on a day-to-day basis, going out there and covering the news was just not for me. So I decided to do something a little different.
Oh, yeah, and I did know that when you were going to college, you were actually covering, got it through a baseball scholarship. I mean, did you ever try to, like, cover sports or anything like that?
Yeah, actually, so I went to college for baseball, and then I journalism major. And I thought the idea would be, ESPN, do something like that. But, it's just, it's not like you just can get you go through school and then you have your pick at what you get to do. So the first job opportunity that came my way was just reporting local news in upstate New Jersey, mid New Jersey, and upstate New York. And, doing the sports wasn't really. There was no, beggars can't be choosers. Is what I'm saying. So I just, wanted to get my foot in the door, get in the business, and I did. And I just found over, of course, of a little over a year that it just maybe I should be doing something different.
Yeah, we've all been through that, sir. And I want to move on to, like, you made the transition to trying to make it as a stand-up comedian. Were you trying to make it as a part of one of the improv groups, like the Groundlings?
I studied the Groundlings for a little while. I signed up for their classes and did their stuff. I had a great time with that. I think it's. I tell all actors that, improv classes are probably one of my favorite things, because it teaches you how to really, think on your feet. And I think the best part of an actor can learn is to bring themselves to any role. So improv, you are, thinking on your feet, and you are. It's you. And I had a great time with that. The stand-up that I had done in the past was just, I just was in New York at the time and just performing, doing anything I could to perform. And a lot of places, it was you got a free drink and an appetizer. So that also helped me save the very little bit of money that I had at the time. So I did stand up for food, for real.
Yeah, and I did like what you talked about improv, because that was actually one of your strongest advantage when you got to play Deadpool. Like, I heard that you went off script, and when you came back for Marvel's Midnight Sun, do you get to improv everything, or you still got to stick to the script?
Well, no. What they do, Midnight Suns had a great script, great writers. The whole team involved was phenomenal, and they wrote great stuff. Every now and then we might throw in a little ad lib here and there, but 99% of the stuff is on the page. And most of the people who write for Deadpool are Deadpool fans, so they know how he's thinking. And but it does leave a lot of room for ad libbing and improv, just by the nature of the character. So that's one of my favorite parts about playing that character.
And do you still hope that there could be like a remaster of Deadpool? And also, when Donald Glover was trying to make a Deadpool cartoon, were you considered to come back for the role for that?
No, I didn't know anything about it. I don't know. And I would love to do more Deadpool. I've spoken with people at Marvel about possibly trying to put a second Deadpool game together. Do it in the style of Uncharted would be great. Do motion capture. So we'll see if we can. See if I can get any traction on that. But if Donald Glover or anybody else wants my Deadpool, then happy to oblige.
And I want to talk about a criminally underrated role of yours, Raphael in TMNT. Heck, even as a kid, I felt the intensity of, like, especially when Raphael was fighting Leonardo. Like, I felt like that only happened because the Turtles were voiced by voice actors instead of celebrity names. When you look back on working on that project, what are you most proud of?
I'm proud to be part of that franchise in some way. Rob Paulson's always been a big hero of mine. He was my Raphael. And when we went to after the movie, having Nickelodeon do it and Sean Astin jumped in the Raphael role, just to be part of that, that world and that lore is it's great for me because I was always a big fan of the Turtles. I mean, how can you not be? So I think just the general fact that I can say that I was Raph. Is what's most important to me.
Thank you so much for that. And I'd like to wrap it up with a few questions on a final note. Have you seen The Last of Us TV show, and what are your thoughts?
I think it's probably one of the best game adaptation to TV series I've ever seen. Pedro Pascal is great. Bella Ramsey is just phenomenal, and I'm looking forward to more. I think they're knocking it out of the park, and it's fun to watch. It's better for me to watch than to play because I'm such a bad gamer. So watching the show has been a little more enjoyable for me because I'm so bad. I just can't seem to get through the levels. So the show is working for me.
And also, because of video game adaptations, were you like a Nate Drake advisor to Tom Holland?
No, Tom didn't need me to help him because he had all the research material he needed by playing the games. The games and the performances we gave in those games were all the research he would need. And he also has to have a room to just do his own thing and put his own spin on Nate. So, and I thought he did a great job. And I hopefully it was successful enough that they'll do another one.
Yeah, I hope so too. And the final question is, can you talk about when you were doing a Lord of the Rings game, like playing the Dark Hand of Sauron? Can you talk about how you were learning black speech? Did they had Tolkien scholars teach you on that?
No, I did have to learn the black speech, and it just was like just repetition and going through it. Pretty challenging though, and again, a lot of fun. Just to again to be part of that. I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan, so to be part of that franchise in some way was a lot of fun too.
Yeah. Anyway, that is all we have for Recorders. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please hit that subscribe button, comment down below, give me a like, and remember, I am on Cameo if you like a special shout out from either me or him. And Nolan, any final words?
Final words.
Thank you so much, sir, and catch you next time, Recorders.